Twitch reactors are killing YouTube. Okay, can I be honest, dude? Can I be honest? Guys, I'm gonna be honest, guys. I don't want to make shit on anybody, okay, ahead of time. I don't want to discredit them. But I think this is just clickbait, because I know for a fact that they know that people on YouTube that have 3 million subscribers or any sort of good amount of subscribers, they know the game, they know the algorithms, and they know how shit works, and they know for a fact that this is impossible and the impact is negligible. I'm still waiting for this day to somebody who shows up with analytics that show that this is even close to a genuine something that makes sense. I think something with analytics. No, the analytics that came, guys. The only set of analytics that people came up with in the past were debunked in like half a second. Okay, we'll watch both. Okay, yeah. I mean, I'll give it a try. I'll give it a try, chat. And if it's just rambling, I'll stop it. But we'll give it a try. Do you think he's gonna DMCA me if I react to this thing? Because if he says this is a problem, I have to watch it first to see if it's a problem or not. So I like,
porting a bunch.
Guys, he's not capping. Guys, he's not capping. Okay, he's not capping. Okay, having good videos that do well and having good amount of subscribers that in the videos that have gained traction. Okay, the immediate return of money immediately now for somebody who has a good amount of money stacked up already. Okay, means that more power equals more money in the end. Having good videos that do well on the algorithm, having a lot of subscribers is power. Therefore, you can translate and use power to gain money later on and overall. So one video doesn't do well doesn't impact them that much. That's what I'm trying to say about this.
Now,
guys, I'm gonna be honest, guys. Select correction, guys. Since my RP is so dog shit, I don't even RP. I just kind of play myself as like a more twisted person in the game. It actually kind of is like it's less effort than reacting in that sense. So for most people, he's right. He's right though. It does make sense. Yeah. Guys, even though this is me, guys, I don't even agree with the point though. Guys, I don't find offense in this, right? But I don't think this is bad. I'll explain why later. Okay. But I think it's not. I wouldn't call it double dipping, because I think you create a new sauce. So you're not dipping in the same sauce. I think you're creating another sauce, right? And you're dipping in your own sauce that kind of refers to the other one that they made. So I don't really see it as double dipping, and I'll explain why later. I don't really agree with that. I just simply disagree with that.
Shout out.
Well, guys, this is tough because he did win the court case, right? Because it was transformative, right? So then you would have to argue past the court case, what is the limit of something being transformative and what is not? And that's like incredibly difficult. It's like a line that I don't think a lot of people know about, right? It's why generally I think whenever I got struck by the Olympics, right? I think, could be wrong about this, maybe if I'm wrong. If I did go to court, or I wouldn't have to go to court, maybe just a deposition. If I did follow through with and they fought the counterclaim or whatever, right? It would have been massive. It would have been massive, because then it would say, is watching a video on stream and commenting about it, is that enough transformation? Then that would have been kind of crazy.
From like
No, that's what I said. I didn't ask you. It would have been the court. It would have been whatever. Your opinion is, and mine is irrelevant about this.
Show an if the commentary or your reaction.
Yeah, if the person's the problem, they can either reach out or do the DMC or whatever, right? And then we'll do the correct action. I think most of the people just don't give a fuck.
Is an entire re-upload of somebody's video. You've created a market substitute, and it would be really difficult for you to argue actual fair use.
2 weeks ago, I made this one video where I talked about just $160 million NFT disaster.
Guys,
the whole like.
Guys, the reality is, if I had to ask somebody if I could watch a video on stream, right? I would assume that 99.9% of the people, right, would literally agree beforehand. I could do it. Yeah, you're right. It would take a bit more effort. I agree with that. But when it comes down to it, the reality is that most people that we watch a video, they would say yes because they don't mind it.
Worse,
Most people would get helped a lot by the new eyes being put on the video by somebody who's bigger or getting more traction by it, right?
Algorithm.
Okay, yeah, this makes sense. I would be interested to see from a more analytical standpoint the algorithm of this and this video, how it does, and how linked it is with this video, with that one, how much they interact with each other. I feel like a lot of times these are very, very distant from one another when it comes down to algorithm-wise. But maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
Asmongold as one of the
Is that these videos don't cannibalize at all. Almost zero. The main point he's trying to make, chat, is that one would be cannibalizing as it's growing, right? And once it cannibalizes enough, and it goes past them in the algorithm, it eats everything that this one can't. Then this one gets starved.
to my 7.
Like an hour video about Star Wars, and I used a 4-second clip of the ending. Since it's the heart of the work in the story, then they would actually go for full smoke.
Lawyers are paid big.
No, there's that who is the person who is in a court case, or the person who's in court, who's filming, whose material, who is digital material that is their material. They're absolutely in the right to DMCA 100%. And people have been DMCA'd by the lady or the people who do law and crime network. I think they do it more manually. Yep, yes, absolutely 100%. Yes, they have DMCA'd. Public domain, but it's their pictures. Guys, the Olympics were held on the public place, right? People were outside or whatever, and people were getting DMCA'd personally by the Olympics by just filming towards it and being around it. Literally. Having nothing to do with it, just being outside and looking around on public property, which by law you're allowed to record around you, they were getting DMCA'd. Literally. Because their pictures of it, yeah, what about it?
Easier content.
Okay, guys, this doesn't even apply to me. Okay, I don't want to stream less, and I like watching videos. If anything, I would increase the amount of them that I watch videos because I like them so much compared to some games sometimes. So what about it?
I don't know.
Like what?
Now this is a little
algorithm optimizing, so it does cannibalize. I think that's the whole point of it. Now, I don't want to call it Asmongold about it, but I think he knows for a fact that their tactics are cannibalistic, but in nature, and this is almost the objective of it, right? Where my editors, they care, but I don't think that's the main goal of it. Sometimes in these points you need to be careful. I think if the point is react harder, then things become weird, and I think things become kind of weird. I don't know.
There's many.
You're saying that it's actually an actual argument in court. I don't think this point hasn't been discussed in court. I think yet there was only the case of H3, and they won their case. So if anything, it would be more of an uphill battle to prove your point and prove the opposite.
Factors.
I feel like, I know this is a bad solution, but I think a band-aid solution, if there was a tag or a thing you could use on YouTube that you can check when you upload a video that says this is a reaction of somebody else's content, so and then you post the main thing you watched under it, and it made a change in the algorithm, that would be dank. That would be, you check something and it says this is a reaction, and you say of what video, and you copy the link, you put it in there. So whenever you are going to promote a video to somebody else that isn't familiar to any of the content, then they get their video before mine, I'd be okay with that 100%. Because why? Because I don't give a fuck. I'm trying to get some of these suckers to watch my videos. Okay? The point for YouTube initially was for the people that like and care about the content to watch it somewhere else in a more condensed manner, and they can follow through without having to watch the whole broadcast. That was the main point early on, and still is the philosophy behind having the YouTube video, or the YouTube channel. So I don't give a fuck if I don't gain anybody out of it. The whole point is to give it somebody that doesn't have time.
Viral.
YouTube care because YouTube should care, because the stem of the content is much more important because YouTube want to keep and protect the stem of the content, not the branches, because without the stem there's no branches. Guys, stop trying to roast me, guys. I know it's lazy. I literally know that it's lazy, but I enjoy it and people enjoy it, and that is how much my brain goes to in these mental hoops, man. It stops right there.
I'm gonna leave.
True. Guys, you guys think, haha, less income? Guys, I know you guys don't like
5 or 10 years.
I know you guys won't say, oh, dude, you're just lying. The reality is, guys, I don't want to sound like I'm out of touch idiots, guys. The YouTube income, I generally don't really care about it. Okay, the point of the YouTube, that's not what it is. It's like in the things that can give juice. It's not even near the top of the things that are priority. Right? So if I can focus on things that people want more than what I get out of it, then that's the philosophy behind it, man. What about it? Yes, Kurz said that early on I asked permission and said, yeah, you can upload our videos, but then they retracted their consent and we stopped uploading their videos. End of story. It was a normal genuine interaction, they were kind of upset at first, and they were like, you know, dude, okay, cool, man. And then we stopped doing it, and then there was no problem behind it. There was no problem.